Welcome to Lesson 5, Symmetrical Shapes. A shape is symmetrical if it can be folded so that both sides match each other exactly. Let's take a look at this picture of a butterfly. If you were to cut this picture out, is there any way that you can fold it so that the two sides of the butterfly would match each other exactly? Pause the video and think about it for a moment. If you guessed that if you folded the butterfly down the middle, that both sides of the butterfly would match exactly, then you are correct. So this red line represents a line of symmetry because it divides the butterfly into two identical or congruent sides. Once the butterfly is folded along the line of symmetry, it would look like this. Both sides overlap each other exactly, so both sides are congruent. There's a special tool called a mirror or a mirror that can be used to help you with symmetry. If you have a shape that is drawn, such as this part on the picture, that is inside the red rectangle, a mirror can help me to draw the other half so that my shape becomes symmetrical. So I place the mirror right along the edge of my shape, and I see in the reflection the symmetrical reflection on the other side. So what I would simply do is take my pencil and draw on the other side of the mirror, and when I lift the mirror up, I have an entire symmetrical shape. Here we see an example of a mirror being used to create symmetry. So we have a triangle on this side. This was the original shape. And the person placed the mirror here, which represents the line of symmetry. And this is what they see in the reflection, and that's what they are drawing on the other side. So when they lift the mirror up, they will see two triangles that are symmetrical to one another. Certain shapes have more than one line of symmetry. A rectangle, for example, has two lines of symmetry. You can fold this rectangle along either line, of course only one at a time, and both sides would match each other completely. Now think about a square. How many lines of symmetry do you think a square has? Pause the video, and once you think you have an answer, you can come back and watch. Feel free to draw a square on a piece of paper and see how many ways you would be able to fold it so that both sides match each other exactly. If you guessed that a square has 4 lines of symmetry, you would be correct. Just like the rectangle, there is a horizontal line and a vertical line, but you can also fold the squares across diagonally from corner to corner, and both sides would match each other exactly. So there are 4 lines of symmetry in a square. So if certain shapes have only one line of symmetry, and other shapes have more than one line of symmetry, is it possible to have a shape that has no lines of symmetry? Let's take a look at an example. Here we are looking at an irregular four-sided shape, so we can call this shape a quadrilateral. There is no way you can fold this shape in half so that both sides match each other exactly. And you can always try this out. You can draw the shape, you can cut it out and try folding it. If you try to fold it in half vertically like this, it's pretty clear that both sides would not match exactly. If you try to fold the shape horizontally, it's also pretty clear that both sides would not match exactly. So this is an example of a shape that has no lines of symmetry. It is not symmetrical. In this lesson we learned about symmetry. A line of symmetry divides a shape into two congruent or equal sides. Let's look at some of the shapes that we looked at in this lesson. Certain shapes or pictures, like this butterfly, has one line of symmetry. A rectangle has two lines of symmetry, a vertical line and a horizontal line. And a square has four lines of symmetry, as you can see in the picture. There are certain shapes, such as this green quadrilateral, that have no lines of symmetry. There is no way you can fold this green quadrilateral in half so that both sides would be congruent or would match exactly. So please review this lesson again if you need to. Ask your teacher for help with anything that you need to, and have fun with symmetry.